That's actually one of our goals, is to do a large portfolio like that, a 50 plus units in one package. So that's the next step that we're going after. And a lease option, so it really depends. I can't say that, oh, you can do a lease option on any deal, but you could ask the question. That 3 unit, I forgot to tell you, there's 0 interest for 10 years. Because I asked. Well, I asked a certain way. But there's 0, I'm paying 0 interest. Normally interest rates are like 5%. That's if 5% on $55,000 for 10 years is at least 30 grand. So I just saved 30 grand just by using the negotiation strategies, right? That's worth the price of admission. Our coaching does not cost $30,000. One deal alone will pay for a lot of things. But anyway, do any of you have any more questions?
I have one. Are you do you break down the math?
Oh, nah. We don't break down no math. We just let you do it yourself. Yeah, we hold your hand.
You explain how, because math is different when it comes to real estate, all the, and people just go out and try to get a deal, and, but you do give them understanding on how the math works.
Yeah, so our question is, do we go over the math? We go over everything. We go over the math. When you're dealing with multifamily investing, remember how I said I'm making $2,400 gross, right? A lot of landlords mess up because they think all that money is theirs. They're like, oh, all right, $2,400. I have to pay this guy $300 for the mortgage, and I have to pay real estate taxes and the utility bills. So now I'm left with, $1,600, or let's say $1,200. Putting that in my bank, going on vacation, doing this. What about reserves? You gonna tell me that every tenant you put in your house is gonna stay there and pay you? You're gonna have no vacancies for the next 10 years? The roof isn't gonna fall down? The furnace isn't gonna break? Somebody's not gonna throw cement down the toilet? Something's gonna happen. Something is going to happen to that house. That's how you have to start thinking. And we teach you that. We teach you that, like the buy this or not deal analysis. There's a 50 unit in there. It breaks down everything. I mean, we're very, very conservative when it comes to rental properties. Because the day that we buy that house, all the money that we put into it, I never want to spend a dime out of my pocket on that house ever again. We buy a house, we put our reserves initially from ourselves and our investors, put our money into it, and that house will take care of itself for the rest of the time that we have it. Never again will I take money out of my pocket to put on the house. That house pays for itself. And that's what we mean by an asset. Your personal home, you're going to be putting money into that thing until the day you die, even after the mortgage is paid off. You don't get any money, and you don't get any cash flow from it, unless you have a renter in there. But if it's just you, single family house, you have to put money into it every single time. Teach you how to get this. This is what you need to retire. Financial freedom lies here. So, what's the next question?
I have some hot seat questions for you, Louis.
All right, what's up? Shoot.
Hot seat. How many different transactions have you done? And name them, please.
So I've done wholesaling. Do you want to know how many?
Yes.
Or just
the types of transactions and how many in real estate.
I've done wholesale, which I explained. I've done about 20 of those. I've done lease option deals. I've done about 12. I've done seller financing, which is 5. And I've done subject to, 2 of them. Subject to is just a fancy way of selling. It's a type of seller financing. So this seller financing, I brought money to the table and the seller's holding the mortgage. Subject to is when you're buying a property subject to the existing lien. So we could say this property, I'll give you an example of the place I live in right now. It's a $60,000 mortgage on the property. The seller moved to a different location and can't afford 2 payments. So instead of the bank coming back and repossessing the house, I use my negotiation strategies to finesse it and say, hey, listen, I'll pay the mortgage, but the title comes to my name. So I took over that property, title is in my name. I'm making mortgage payments.
But it has equity.
It doesn't have equity. That's why they can't sell.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't care because I'm gonna live there. I'm gonna have to pay rent anyway. Why not do a subject to or lease option and pay that rent? One day I'm gonna own it, right? Or one day I'm gonna sell it. So my idea is going in, it doesn't have any equity right now. 5 years from now it will. 10 years from now it will. But I'm going in there with the intent of living there because I have to live somewhere. So no money came out of my pocket. So I'm paying the mortgage. It's in my name. The mortgage is in the seller's name. And I'm fixing up the house because one day, maybe 3-4 years from now, I'm going to sell it. And I want it to look nice and sell it for more than a loan balance. Another thing is, if there's a loan balance of $60,000 right now. In 5 years, it might be $55,000. So I just made $5,000 equity. In 30 years, the mortgage, or 20 years, the mortgage is all going to be paid off. So even after I move from that property, I'm going to install a tenant buyer in there, or I'm going to install a tenant in there, and they'll rent the property out. From 20 years from now, it's going to be free and clear. And that's $50,000 or 60 or 80, whatever it is in that time that I'm going to make. Did I help the sellout? Their credit's not messed up.
What's that?
So their credit isn't messed up because I came to save the day. See the us on my chest? All right, I saved the day. They don't have to make 2 payments. One thing I never understand, and this is a negotiation strategy I'm teaching right now. Would you rather the bank come and take your house and you mess your credit up, or let me come and take the house? Because I could have gave them money, but there's no equity in the house. If there was equity, I could have said, hey, I'll give you $3,000 down, and that's how much you make up front, and I'll take over the property subject to. Would you rather make $3,000 or zero? That's the first question I asked them. Second question is, it doesn't make sense to me. You've been paying this mortgage for 15 years. You got 15 more years to go. You're about to just quit and let the bank come, mess your credit up, and take the house? The bank's just going to put the property back on the market? Why not just give the house to me? At least I'm going to save your credit. I'm going to keep the house up. If they say no, there's another thing that I say to them. If they say no to that, there's like 3 more other things that I say to them. Hey, we're relentless here. We don't quit. So anyway, that was subject to. So wholesale, lease option, seller financing, subject to, and the last one is syndication. Syndication is just a fancy way of saying raising money from private individuals, not institutions, no GoFundMe. So everyone in this room right here, we can all partner up and do a deal. You got $5,000, you got $3,000, you have 2, you have 10. So we'll all put our money together. You'll all be limited partners. Since I'm doing the work and finding the deal, I'm a general partner. The deal closed, I'm finding the deal, doing all the numbers. You can keep your 9 to 5, and this is what I'm talking about. Use your 9 to 5 to get passive income, right? So you have money, you partner up with us, and we find a deal, close on it, and you start making income. That's better than a 401k because you actually know where your money's going. 401k, IRA, you're really just investing in the stock market, and you're putting your money in blind. I don't understand that. Like, real estate, I understand real estate. It makes so much sense to me. You have a house, you have people living in there, and you're making money off the house. You can calculate the vacancies, you can calculate a lot of things. I can go touch the house. You know, I can live it if I want to. Like, so it's there, it's real estate. Stock market, some people make a lot of money from it. I don't understand it. I like this. I also like business because I know marketing. So syndication, like I said, is just a fancy way of pulling your money together to do a deal.
And
so
your loss is limited, I think, to your investment.
Yeah, your loss, that's why you're called a limited partner, because your losses are limited to the amount of money that you put in. So if there's no more questions, actually if there is any questions, to see me after, but what I want you to do is see Chastity and sign up for the webinar on Thursday.
Yes, tell us about what's included in the webinar. Quickly.
Quickly?
Please.
Yeah, he has to tell me quickly because I love to talk. So on Thursday at 9, Thursday the 9th, at 8 p.m. We're going to go over credit repair, business credit, and also real estate investing. So kind of like the same thing that you're seeing here, but we'll go more in depth at things. And at that time, or if you're ready to sign up for any of the services, just see Chastity and she'll sign you up. But even if you sign up for anything, if you are, because we have a consultant on credit, we have consultant on business funding, and then you can sign up for the monthly coaching program. If you sign up for anything, still sign up for the webinar, because we'd like to talk to you there. On the webinar, you'll be able to ask a lot of questions, and you'll be able to interact with the community. And then you'll also be able to join the closed Facebook group where people like you, real estate investors, where you have a community of people talking to each other. Because that's one of the things that I didn't have when I first started, was a community of other investors. But
all right, and for those on social media, how do they get access to the webinar quickly?
So those on social media, head over to 100%finance.com and click on the link that says we give away 24 tools. Click on that link and type in your email address so we can send you the links. It will redirect you to the webinar where you can sign up. So click on the webinar.
All right, so you subscribe to 100%finance.com, or what's the other way? The texting?
Yeah, so subscribe to 100% Finance go to the website, or text 44222 100 PF events. So text 100 PF events, no spaces, 100 PF events to 44222.
Excellent, excellent.
And it's going to send you a message. Only reply with your email address, and you'll automatically be on the webinar. Check your email address though, so you could add it to your calendar.
Excellent. Any final questions for Louis? All right, let's give him a round of applause.